Welcome back to another edition of the Saturday to Sunday Football Podcast. I am Paul Perdichizzi, and thank you for joining me as always. Night 2 of the NFL Draft is in the books. Rounds 2, round 3, so many selections, so many offensive prospects going off the board. I had tweeted earlier in the day that this was going to be the day for the fantasy football folks, and it lived up to the billing. So many tight ends, 2 quarterbacks, almost 6 or 5 more running backs tonight to have 7 already in the books, a bunch of wide receivers as well. And here at Saturday Sunday, we will break it down again in its entirety, pick by pick. Let's jump right into it. Round 2, the Steelers started it off by selecting cornerback Joey Porter Jr. Great value. Could have went in the mid-teens in round 1. Starting outside cornerback, great size, frame, athleticism. He's got play strength. He's got physicality, good hand usage and techniques. Great value there for that. Then the Titans trade up to the 33rd pick, and they end the run of quarterback Will Levis. He's got great size and frame. He's got good athleticism and mobility. He can throw on the run from multiple platforms and playoff structure. He's got great arm talent in terms of velocity and strength to make every NFL throw. Quick release, good toughness in the pocket. We know the concern areas. It's the decision making. It's the mental processing at times. I've said it all along. He's got a lot of Carson Wentz and Jay Cutler in him, and you got to live up and downs there. And the Titans are going to have to kind of reel him in and hope that they can get more of the positives. But he's got all the skill sets. He's got the traits. It'll be interesting to see, what the Titans do there in terms of how fast they want him to kind of take the reins from Ryan Tannehill. At 34, the Lions make a surprise pick and make Sam Laporta out of Iowa the second tight end in the 2023 NFL Draft. He's got average size. He's got a good frame, very good athleticism, movement skills, route running and separation quickness. He shows good play strength, physicality. You see it at the catch point. You see it after the catch. You see, creating late separation. He's got ball skills and body control. Really good pick there. They didn't want to pay TJ Hawkinson. They traded him. They get another young tight end there to add to the mix. The Raiders trade up, and they fill the void when they traded Darren Waller to the Giants, and they select tight end Michael Mayer out of Notre Dame. Good size and frame, average athleticism, movement skills, and speed. Very good play strength and physicality in his routes and at the catch point to create separation. Very good body control, ball skills, and hands with the ability to win contested catches. Rams select offensive lineman Steve Avila at TCU. He could start at offensive guard. He could start at center. He's got good size, great frame. He's a 3-year starter. He's got good athleticism, movement skills. He's got play strength and physicality, good run blocker, and he can hold up in pass protection. He can play gap or zone scheme. 37, the Seahawks get their edge rusher we thought they might be interested in round 1. It's edge Derek Hall. He's a 3-4 edge rusher with good size and frame, very good athleticism, movement skills, speed, burst. He great play strength, power, physicality, toughness, very much like a Carl Lawson type power rusher with really good explosiveness. 38, the Falcons trade up and take Matthew Bergeron out of Syracuse. Great size, good frame, above average to good athleticism, movement skills, and lateral quickness. He shows good toughness, physicality, nasty run blocker. He's got really great instincts and technique. Versatile to be a starting right tackle or kick inside to where he's most likely going to be, especially for the Falcons, and play offensive guard. I love when a team makes a pick to try to fit the philosophy of the offense, and Bergeron is a high-level run blocker. They invested in Bijan Robinson last night. We know that they want to be a run-oriented or run-focused offense, and Bergeron, best offensive lineman that was left on the board at that time. Versatility to play right tackle if he needed to, but probably best at guard. Could step right in there and be a starting guard there and really help that run game. Panthers at 39 select wide receiver Jonathan Mingo out of Ole Miss. Good size, great frame, very good athleticism, speed, and burst. He's got great play strength and physicality. Uses that play strength and physicality in his routes, post-catch, hard to bring down. I've heard the comps, part A.J. Brown, part Deebo Samuel. I get it. The size, the frame, the physicality. I don't think he's as skilled as those guys, but a really intriguing player. He's got big-time draft capital right now. John Domingo is a player that is on the rise. He is going to be an intriguing pick in Dynasty rookie drafts for sure. I think you can make the case John Domingo is a more interesting Dynasty rookie pick than even Quentin Johnson, who went yesterday. Now, obviously, Quentin Johnson's going to attach himself, to Justin Herbert for the foreseeable future. But I have question marks about Johnson in that offense, depending on how long Keenan Allen's there and Mike Williams. We'll see. I think Mingo could make an impact sooner rather than later. I know the Panthers went out and got DJ Chark. I know they went and got Adam Thielen. But Mingo come in there, and he could seize a pretty significant opportunity right out of the gate. At 40, the Saints select Isaiah Foskey. He's the 4-3 or 3-4 edge rusher out of Notre Dame. Great size and frame. Very good athleticism, movement skills, agility. He's got first step quickness. He's got bend off the edge, good instincts and play recognition with really great length. At 41, the Arizona Cardinals select Azeez Ojulari's brother, BJ Ojulari. He's a 3-4 edge rusher with starter traits, good size and frame, very good athleticism, movement skills, burst, first step quickness, bend off the edge, and pass rush skills. He's got good footwork, agility, change of direction skills, and lateral quickness. At 42, I guess it takes Aaron Rodgers leaving before the Packers really are going to stock up on the offensive skill players, but their first one was tight end Luke Musgrave tonight. Great size and frame, great athleticism, speed, and movement skills, very good body control and ball skills, the ability to high point. He's got length, he's got toughness, he's got physicality, can attack the seam. He's my favorite tight end prospect in this class. If you've been a long-time listener here at Saturday Sunday, you know that. I think he could be the most complete tight end in terms of being a prolific pass catcher, but also be a good to very good blocker as he continues to develop and refine and fills out his body. I think in 3 years, if he has a George Kittle-like impact, I would not be stunned. I know that's the ceiling case and not very likely, but that's the type of upside and ceiling he does possess. Keep this moving along. Pick 43, the Jets select offensive center Joe Tippmann. He's got rare size for the center position, good frame, good athleticism and movement skills. He's got play strength, power, and toughness, very good instincts, good run blocker in the gap or zone scheme. 44, the Colts select cornerback Julius Brents. He was a guy who was on the rise. Great size, good frame, great overall athleticism. He's got burst, he's got agility, he's got change of direction. He's got really great length. His testing was unbelievable at the combine. Besides just the straight line 40, he's got good play strength, toughness, physicality, good instincts, good in run support, outside starting man or zone corner. 45, the Lions get one of the best value picks in round 2, and that is Brian Branch out of Alabama. Versatile defensive back that can play free safety or nickel. He's got good athleticism, play speed, even though his testing speed wasn't ideal. He's got movement skills. He's got burst, cover skills, ball skills. He's got range. He's got great instincts, play recognition, and techniques. He's physical, good play strength, good physicality in run support. 46, the Patriots select Keon White, versatile defensive lineman. Can play 4-3 defensive end. He can play 3-4-5 tech. He can kick inside to a 3-tech defensive tackle and rush from the interior. Very good size and frame, very good athleticism, quickness and burst, good first step, bend off the edge, hand usage, play strength, and power with a high motor. 47, the Commanders select one of my guys, and that's Quan Martin out of Illinois. Good size and frame as a versatile starting free safety or nickelback. Great athleticism, burst, and movement skills, footwork, change of direction, lot to like, good length, cover skills, and range. At 48, the Buccaneers select offensive lineman Cody Mock. Great size, average frame, good athleticism, movement skills, and quickness. Very good play strength, power, physicality, and toughness. Average in pass protection, really good run blocker in a gap or a zone run scheme. We're talking about a starting offensive tackle, offensive guard, could even play some center, 5-position versatility. At 49, the Steelers select Keanu Benton. Good size and frame, good to very good play strength, power, toughness, and physicality, good hand usage and techniques, plays with a nonstop motor and aggressiveness, very good in run support. Benton is a really interesting defensive tackle prospect that I think Daniel Jeremiah had a mock in the first round in his final mock draft. So this tells you the type of upside he has. Packers stay on the offensive skill player team, and they select wide receiver Jaden Reed. I saw on Twitter tonight, Matt Harmon was saying he's one of his favorite wide receivers in this class. Undersized, but very good athleticism, movement skills, speed, burst, acceleration, footwork, short area, and separation quickness. He's got yak ability. He's got elusiveness to make people miss in the open field. He can win at all 3 levels. He's a really good route runner. He's got ball skills and body control, shows the ability to adjust. Really good pick for the Packers there. I am very high. I think Jayden Reed complements, what they have there from last year, and then the addition of the tight ends. So it's going to be interesting to kind of see how quickly Jayden Reed develops. I think he's going to get a real chance to be right there with Christian Watson in terms of targets and stuff this year. Obviously, Watson's going to be more of the vertical guy, but I think Reed could develop into a real high-volume player for that Packers offense. At 51, the Dolphins select Cam Smith, the cornerback. He's got good size and frame, good length, good athleticism, movement skills. He's got burst. He's got range, very good to great instincts, play recognition, understanding the route concepts, good use of techniques and ball skills. Outside starting cornerback, best for a zone scheme. At 52, listen, the Seahawks, they can't help themselves. They just can't help themselves. Running back Zach Charbonnet out of UCLA, great size and frame, above average athleticism for his size. He shows movement skills and bursts, great contact balance, power, play strength, finishing ability, and physicality to break tackles. He's got good footwork, average to above average vision and patience with average receiving skills. He's going to be behind Kenneth Walker, but that's quite the 1-2 duo there. Charbonnet, the third running back off the board. He's a guy I was a little bit further down the board on, but Seattle obviously highly invested in him now, picking him 52nd overall. That's back-to-back years they take running backs in the first half of the round 2. Last year, early round 2. This year, more towards the second half of round 2. But really fascinating to see that pick. At 53, the Bears select defensive tackle Gervin Dexter. He's a two-capping defensive tackle with great size and frame, good athleticism, movement skills, and quickness. He's got great length, very good play strength, power, toughness, and physicality. He plays with good effort and aggressiveness. He's good in run support and as an upfield penetrator. At 54, the Chargers select Tule Tuilapopu, versatile defensive lineman who can play 4-3 power end, 3-4-5 tech, kick inside and rush from the interior. He's got good size and frame, good footwork, athleticism, short area quickness, agility, and burst. He's got good play strength, hand usage. In terms of he's good again in run support and as ability to rush the passer. Tuilapopu, very intriguing, versatile defensive piece there to add to that Chargers defense. At 55, the Chiefs come up, I believe, a little bit and select wide receiver Rashee Rice. Average size and frame, but he's got above average athleticism, movement skills, speed, burst, acceleration, route running, footwork, and separation quickness, and elusiveness in the open field. He's got good ball skills and body control, shows the ability to adjust and win contested catches. At 56, the Bears select Tyreek Stevenson. He's got good size and frame, very good athleticism, speed, closing burst, recovery speed, movement skills. He's got good length, play strength, physicality, and toughness. He's a starting outside cornerback. Keep this going. Next up at 57 was the New York Football Giants. They select offensive center John Michael Schmitz, starting offensive center. Average size and frame, average athleticism, movement skills, and quickness, above average play strength and power, very good footwork, hand usage, instincts, and techniques, good run blocker for gap or zone run scheme, good in pass pro. I slightly prefer Tippmann to John Michael Schmitz, but this is great value, fills a giant need. And after we saw yesterday, the Cowboys get Mozzie Smith, right? The Eagles get Jalen Carter. The interior of the Giants was a major concern. John Michael Schmitz is that blue-collar approach. I think it was Daniel Jeremiah. It was Mel Kiper. Kiper said a future Pro Bowler. Daniel Jeremiah said he's going to become a leader in that offense, in that locker room rather quickly. Rave reviews for the Giants staying tight there, saving their ammunition for the third round, which we'll get to in a little bit, and getting the guy who many considered the top center in the class, others number 2, but most people really spoke highly of John Michael Schmitz and thought this was second round was the spot for him to come off the board. But this was the guy the Giants were talking about taking, and there was a lot of rumblings that, maybe he should be or would be the pick at 25. Giants get him at 57. At pick 58, the Cowboys select tight end Luke Schoonmaker. He's been a riser in the pre-draft process. He's with Matt Waldman's number 1 tight end. Dane Brugler's been talking him up. Lance Erline liked him. He's got very good size, average frame, but he's got good athleticism, movement skills, speed, and quickness for that size. He's got good physicality and toughness to hold the point of attack, good blocking skills, arguably one of the best blocking tight ends in this class, average receiving skills, ball skills, and body control, but there's upside there. Prototypical Cowboys tight end. He's going to step right in and he could quickly develop there. I know they have some other guys, but he can quickly develop into what Dalton Schultz brought to the table there. At 59, the Buffalo Bills select Osiris Torrance, the guard. He's got great size and frame, average athleticism, movement skills, great play strength, power, physicality, toughness. He's got great length, very good run blocker in a gap run scheme, good in pass pro. You're talking about a mauling phone booth type player, and that's what made him drop a little bit here. But if you want to run a power, gap run game, Torrance is a guy who in that scheme could have easily been a pick in the 15 to 25 range of round one, but this not scheme dependent though. Not scheme independent, and I think that's what hurt Torrance and caused him to fall a little bit. If we keep this going, pick number 60, the Bengals selected cornerback DJ Turner, starting nickel cornerback with good size, average frame, great athleticism. He ran a 4.26 40. He's got movement skills, he's got bursts, he's got change of direction, he's got agility and range, good cover and ball skills, good toughness and physicality at the catch point. 61, the tight ends just kept coming off the board. The Jaguars selected tight end Brenton Strange, average size and frame, above average athleticism, movement skills, quickness, and speed. He's got good toughness and physicality. You see it in his route. You see it after the catch. You see it as his willingness as a blocker. Only average receiving production, but he's got starter traits and upside. At 62, the Texans trade up and select center Juice Scruggs out of Penn State. This was a guy that had been generating a lot of buzz in the last handful of days that I expected him to come off the board on day 2. I thought maybe round 3, but he sneaks in round 2. Average size, good frame, has some athletic limitation, but plays with very good play strength, power, toughness, and physicality. He's got good techniques and hand usage, good run blocking, best in a gap scheme. At pick 63 to close out the second round, the Broncos selected wide receiver Marvin Mims. While a little undersized, he's got great athleticism, speed, acceleration, burst, and explosiveness to win vertically and pick up yards after the catch. He's got very good body control, ball skills with the ability to adjust. He's got good footwork, hands, and separation quickness, and he has return skills. Next up here was at pick 64, I believe it was. Yeah, at pick 64, the Bears selected defensive tackle Zach Pickens. Good size, average frame, very good athleticism, movement skills, and bursts. He's got good footwork. He's got first step quickness. He's got length. He uses his hands well, displays good techniques. He's an upfield penetrating 3-tech or 1-tech defensive tackle with big upside. He was a former big-time 5-star recruit. Next up, at pick 65, the Eagles select offensive lineman out of Alabama, Tyler Steen. I think he can be a swing tackle, but I think he's got the upside to develop into a starter either at right tackle or at offensive guard, which is most likely going to be his position at the next level. Eagles love building the trenches, right? Continuing to add more assets there. Great size and frame for Steen. Average to above average athleticism. He's got good footwork, movement skills, lateral quickness. He's got great length and hand usage, good power, play strength, and physicality. At pick 66, the Eagles select safety Sidney Brown. Average size, good frame, good athleticism, burst, speed, and movement skills. He's got play strength, plays toughness, physicality, aggressiveness. He's got ball skills and production. He's good in run support, but he does have to clean up his tackling a little bit. 67, the Broncos select linebacker Drew Sanders. Great size, average frame, very good athleticism, movement skills, closing burst, speed and range, good length, toughness, and tackle abilities. Got versatility to be an inside linebacker and edge rusher from the outside. He's got bend and pass rush skills as well. Really intriguing piece for the Broncos there in terms of linebacker / edge rusher Drew Sanders. 68, the Lions trade up and stop the fall of Hendon Hooker. Hooker has great size and frame, very good athleticism. Think Dante Culpepper style, rushing ability and mobility. He's got a very good arm talent, great vertical passer with very good accuracy. Probably throws the best deep ball in the class. Displays great touch on it, clean mechanics and footwork. Really intriguing prospect. If it wasn't for the age and the ACL, I think you would have heard his name called much earlier than this. At 69, the Texans get C.J. Stroud some help. We know the success that C.J. Stroud has had throwing to slot receivers at Ohio State. Well, Tank Dell's going to come in and add an explosive slot receiver there to the Texans. A little undersized, obviously, very undersized, obviously, at his size and frame, concerning, but we're talking very good to great athleticism, speed, burst, explosiveness, acceleration. Even at his size, he shows the ability to win at all three levels of the football field. He's got great suddenness, in and out of quickness, footwork, separation ability, and movement skills. And then after the catch, he's dynamite, right? He's a home run threat with great yak ability, agility, and elusiveness. At pick 70, first, I think I would say somewhat surprising pick was the Raiders selecting defensive tackle Brian Young out of Alabama. Versatile defensive tackle and play one tech or three tech. Average size and frame with some athletic limitations, good play strength, power, and toughness, good length, hand usage, and techniques. He plays at a good pad level and leverage. He's good in run support. There would be more of a round 4, round 5 guy. So to see him come off the board at 70, but it's an Alabama guy. The Raiders have a lot of Patriots guys. We know the connections between the Patriots, Belichick, and Saban. And now I think we're seeing it a little bit more expand out to some of the former Patriots staffers with the Las Vegas Raiders. At 71, the Saints make a big investment at running back, taking running back out of TCU, Kendre Miller. Very good size and frame, above average to good athleticism, movement skill, speed, acceleration, short area burst, and lateral quickness. Good contact balance, play strength, and physicality. He has good footwork with the ability to one cut and get up the field quickly. He shows agility, change direction skills, and elusiveness even at his size. Plays like he's a much smaller back in terms of his fluidity, his movement capabilities. So Kendre Miller, I tweeted yesterday, that I think Kendre Miller is going to go a lot higher than people think. I think he could be the 4th running back off the board. He was the 4th running back off the board. Pick 72, the Cardinals select cornerback Garrett Williams. If he doesn't get injured this past year, he may be a top 15 pick in this draft class. Instead, the Cardinals get great value at pick 72. He's got size, he's got average frame, but he's got good athleticism, movement skills, closing burst, quickness, and footwork. He's got some change of direction and agility. He shows good instincts, techniques, and play recognition. Plays with high effort and run support. He's an outside cornerback with starter upside. One of the more shocking moves of the night was that pick 73. The Giants come up, I believe it was 15 or 16 spots, give up their 4th round pick, but select wide receiver Jalen Hyatt out of Tennessee, average size, undersized frame, but we're talking great athleticism, elite on the football field speed, burst, acceleration, and explosiveness to get vertical as a big play threat, good body control, hands, and ball tracking skills with the ability to adjust, can use speed to create yards after the catch. Pick 74, back-to-back volunteer wide receivers. The Browns select draft Twitter favorite wide receiver Cedric Tillman. Very good size and frame, good athleticism, speed, and acceleration, great body control. He's got ball skills, he's got length, he's got great play strength and physicality to create late separation to win those contested catches. Hard not to like just about everything about Cedric Tillman. Next up, pick 75, the Falcons select defensive end Zach Harrison. He's got great size and frame. He's got great athleticism and movement skills for that size and frame. Very good play strength, power, toughness, physicality. You got to love great length. I think he was the 2nd longest at the combine, only behind right tackle Freak Dewan Jones. He's good in run support. He's got some pass rush skills. Former 5-star recruit who was expected to go to Ohio State and be the next great in the lineage of the Bosas and all the other great Ohio State products. Never really put it together, but he really started to come into his own a little bit towards the home stretch of this season. If he can build on that, I think the Falcons, while it might have been a little bit early, might have found themselves a power 4-3 defensive end type, or if they go to 3-4, that prototypical 5 tech. At 76, the Patriots select linebacker Marte Mapu out of Sacramento State. Good size and frame, average good athleticism, quickness, and movement skills. He's got play strength. He's got toughness and physicality. He's got great play recognition and instincts, good cover skills versus tight ends and running backs. Very versatile linebacker safety hybrid type player with upside. Next up, at 77, the Rams select the other Brian Young, edge rusher out of Tennessee. average size and frame, but he's got great athleticism. He's got first step quickness and explosion. He shows that bend off the edge. He's got very good movement skills, change of direction skills, agility. He's got play strength and power, and a high level motor as well. At pick 78, Packers go back to the well. So they get Jordan Love, a tight end first in the second round. Then they go back and get a wide receiver. Back in the third round, they get another tight end. This time it is tight end Tucker Kraft out of South Dakota State. Good size and frame, above average to good athleticism, movement skills, speed, footwork, and yak ability. He's got good length. He's got ball skills. He's got hands, body control, good physicality and toughness. You see it in his routes. You see it in his tenacity as a blocker. And then after the catch. 79, the Colts end the slide of one of my favorite prospects in this class, and that is Josh Downs. While undersized, very good to great athleticism, speed, burst, acceleration, suddenness, footwork, movement skills, yak ability, agility, and elusiveness. Very good route runner. Shows good ball skills and body control with the ability to adjust. Next up at pick 80, the Panthers select edge rusher. Edge DJ Johnson. Good size, great frame, good athleticism, short area quickness. He's got play strength. He's got power and toughness. He uses his hands well, can create pressure with his bull rush and natural power. Defensive end in a 4-3 or 3-4 scheme. So whether you want him as a traditional 4-3 defensive end or that 3-4-5 tech, he can play either role. At 81, the Titans select running back Ty J. Spears to give a compliment to Derrick Henry, or if at some point they trade Derrick Henry, maybe Spears gets the opportunity. Good to great athleticism, movement skills, speed, burst, acceleration. He's got lateral quickness, change of direction skills, agility, cutting ability, and elusiveness, good vision, run instincts, patience, and 3-down skills. Spears, I'm really happy that he got drafted. I had went on Twitter and said I did not think everything that was out there, if you were trying to piece together the breadcrumbs that we sometimes enables us to do, it sure sounded like Ty J. Spears wasn't going to go tonight. No ACL or cartilage in one of his knees. It just seemed like it was going to be a wait and see approach to when, where he might come off the board. 82, the Bucs select defensive end Yaya Diaby. Average size, good frame, very good athleticism, movement skills, lateral quickness, and agility. He's got play strength. He's got toughness, physicality. He's good in run support and uses power as a power rusher, as a traditional 4-3 defensive end. Next up, the Broncos select cornerback Riley Moss. Good size and frame, good athleticism, movement skills and speed, good play strength to toughen, good play strength, toughness, and physicality. He's got cover skills and run. He's got cover skills and in run support. He's got ball skills and ability to disrupt the catch point. To me, he's a starting outside cornerback. At 84, one of my favorite players to watch on film in this entire draft class is running back Devin Achane. He's a little undersized for sure, but he's got elite athleticism, elite speed, elite burst, elite acceleration, elite explosiveness. He's got very good to great lateral quickness. He shows good visions and patience. Lot to like about his game, Devin Achane. In that Miami run game, we're talking about big explosive plays as an outside zone runner there. You're going to see Achane. When given a crease, he's going to be off to the races. Really, really like that pick. Achane, Jalen Waddle, and Tyreek Hill are all going to be at times on the football field at the same time. All three of them game-breaking speed. It's going to be really fun to watch Miami and Mike McDaniels put that offense all together. 85, the Chargers select another one of my guys. This is linebacker Diane Henley. Average size, good frame, very good athleticism, movement skills, speed, closing burst, sideline to sideline range. He's got agility. He's got change of direction. He's got play strength, physicality, and run support. He's got good cover skills as well. Next up, 86, the Ravens end the slide for linebacker Trenton Simpson, once thought to be a borderline first-round pick. He's got good size and frame. He's got great athleticism, speed, movement skills. He's got agility. He's got change of direction. Love the package there, the athletic specimen that he is. I think Baltimore is probably the ideal landing spot for Trenton Simpson. At 87, the 49ers select Jair Brown. He's got versatility to his game. Free safety, strong safety, nickel corner. He's got above average athleticism, speed, movement skills. He's got good instincts, good play strength, physicality. He's good in run support and non-stop motor. 88, the Jaguars get Travis Etienne, a running mate at the running back position, and that is Tank Bigsby out of Auburn. Great size and frame, good athleticism, speed, and acceleration with great burst. He's got footwork, he's got agility, he's got one cut and make you miss ability, very good contact balance, play strength, and finishing ability. Love that Tank Bigsby's got some day 2 draft capital attached to his name. Really like the fit there. Next up, 89, the Rams make a stunning pick and select Wake Forest Kobe Turner. I thought he was more around 4 or 5 guy. Wasn't even the worst pick it around. Slightly undersized defensive tackle, average athleticism, quickness, and movement skills. He's got strength, he's got power, he's got toughness and physicality. Upfield penetrating, 3-tech defensive tackle with upside. Next up, pick 90, the Cowboys select DeMarvion Overshone, former safety turned linebacker. He's got good size. He's undersized frame, but he's got good athletic movement, speed, quickness, agility. He's got cover skills above average to good play recognition and instincts as well. He's also a very good blocker. Cowboys building up that defense. Last night it was Mozzie Smith. Today, DeMarvion Overshone on top of that. At pick 91, the Bills select linebacker Dorian Williams out of Tulane. Average size and frame, very good athleticism, movement skills, lateral quickness, speed, agility, and change of direction. Good instincts, good play recognition, good tackle abilities, got cover skills, 3-year starter at either the weak side linebacker or inside linebacker. Let's keep this moving. 92, the Chiefs select offensive tackle Wanya Morris out of Oklahoma. He's got great size, average frame, good athleticism, movement skills, lateral quickness, and agility. I love the length, good hand usage, good in pass pro, experience playing both left tackle and right side. To me, he's got upside developed into a swing tackle at the next level. Steelers end the slide due to medical reasons for tight end Darnell Washington. But Washington is a special athlete and rare size and frame for a tight end. Great athleticism, speed, and movement skills. Great catch radius and ability to high points. He's got great play strength and physicality, seen at the catch point to win contested catches and in his blocking. The injuries obviously is what made him fall, but I mean, Darnell Washington's skill set is much higher than this. And I think Pittsburgh, you pair him. Obviously, they have Freiermuth, but Darnell Washington is a guy you can do a lot of different things with. And all of a sudden, I think the Steelers made themselves a better football team, landing Darnell Washington, at pick 93. 94, the Cardinals select wide receiver Michael Wilson at Stanford. Good size and frame, above average athleticism and movement skills. Just average long speed and acceleration, but he's got good footwork, good short area quickness. He's got route running understanding. He understands route concepts, body control, ball skills, and hands and releases off the line of scrimmage. If it wasn't for the injuries, which then led to some inconsistencies, Michael Wilson would have been a top 50 player on this board. So getting him late, on day 2, and even if it's not day 3, I think is just fine if you have enough conviction on the player. At 95, the Bengals select safety Jordan Battle out of Alabama. He's got good size and frame. He's got athleticism, burst, quickness, movement skills, change of direction ability. He's got really good instincts and play recognition. He's got play strength. He's got toughness and physicality. 96, the Lions trade up for defensive tackle Broderick Martin. Every single spot you looked, he was pegged as a round 6 or round 7 developmental defensive tackle. He's got some athletic limitations to his game, but he's got very good play strength, power, toughness, motor, and physicality. He's got length. He's very good in run support. He's a depth nose tackle, can be a rotational piece along a defensive line. 97, the Commanders select offensive center Ricky Stromberg. It's clear that they value Stromberg over Luke Whippler. Average size and frame, average athleticism, movement skills, lateral quickness, and agility. He's got good play strength and power, good in run blocking, average in pass pro. More ideal. He can play zone or gap. I think he's more suited for a gap scheme. Depth offensive tackle who could develop into a starter. 98, the Browns select defensive tackle Siake Ika, 2-gapping, run-stuffing nose tackle with great size and frame, average athleticism and movement skills. He's got first step upfield quickness to become a very good player who possesses play strength, toughness, and physicality. Pick 99, the 49ers select kicker Jake Moody out of Michigan, one of the best kickers in the draft. I thought maybe round 4 might be the earliest he would come off the board. He comes off the board late in round 3. At pick 100, the Raiders surprise and select wide receiver out of Cincinnati. I think most people expected Tyler Scott, but no, it's Trey Tucker. Yes, he's undersized, but he's got great athleticism, speed, acceleration, movement skills, separation ability. He's got change of direction. He's got shiftiness. He's got agility and elusiveness, slot weapon, and offensive weapon, and electric return skills as well. At 41, the 49ers really surprised and take tight end Cameron Latu. Average size and frames, but he does have good athleticism from big programs. He's got movement skills. He's got short area quickness, average speed and route running, but you love the body control with the ability to high point and adjust to the football. And then last but not least, at pick 102, the Vikings select cornerback Mekhi Blackman out of USC. Is a nickel or outside cornerback with the upside develop. Right now possesses average size and frame, good athleticism, movement skills, and speed, with average play strength, physicality, and toughness. So there it is, guys. My quick hitting thoughts on every single pick in rounds 2 and round 3 of the NFL draft. Do not have any dynasty rookie rankings just yet. I think they're going to need some time to kind of process that and kind of see, how I want to rank them. But before the draft starts tomorrow, I will share on Twitter what my current draft rankings are for all the offensive skill player prospects that have been drafted so far in the 2023 NFL draft. If you've been following along on Twitter, if you've been following along in the draft projections notebook, last night we got 27 out of 31, which was 87% correct for round 1. Really strong number. Tonight we got 86 out of 102, maintained a really high percentage, this time 84% that we got in terms of the prospects that we projected to come off the board in the first 102 picks. So if you have questions on any of these players from a fantasy aspect or a team fit aspect, please reach out to me on Twitter, reply, and I will get back to your comments and reply to each and every single one of them. While 102 picks have been taken, I think there is tremendous value still sitting at there for rounds 4 through 7. I think you're going to see Jake Haener, Jaron Hall, Aiden O'Connell. A couple of those quarterbacks will come off the board early tomorrow. At the running back position, we're still waiting on Roshan Johnson. We're waiting on Israel Abakanda. We're waiting on Eric Gray, Zach Evans, Dwayne McBride, Chase Brown. I mean, the list goes on and on. Sean Tucker. All these guys will go tomorrow. But it'll be interesting to see how many, go early in the day or teams' needs and fits just don't really match up, that they might have to wait for all these guys to come off the board somewhere in round 5. At the wide receiver position, guys, keep an eye on. I can't believe Tyler Scott's still available, so he'd be the first guy to keep an eye out. And then A.T. Perry, Keyshawn Boutte, Trey Palmer, Xavier Hutchinson, and Charlie Jones. I think those would be some of the guys that should come off the board early tomorrow that we did not hear their names called at all. The tight end position, all 8 that I thought were going to go tonight in terms of rounds 1, 2, and 3, all 8 of them did go. Josh Wiley and Zach Kuntz, the 2 that are left there to potentially be a guy that, can become a starter, can become a second tight end, then work his way in. Both Wiley and Kuntz are both more pass-catching guys. On the O-line, I'm really surprised at what's out there still. DeJuan Jones is out there, arguably in the running for the best right tackle in this class. Chandler Zavala, he was generating a ton of late buzz, but it made you see that he was going to be a third-round pick out of NC State, but now he's sliding. We'll see about round 4. Blake Freeland out of BYU, great tester, great length, all the measurables, but still a lot of refinement and development to need. Luke Whippler, some people think he's a guard. I think he's a center only. It's got to be a zone type run scheme. Get him on the move. Use that athleticism to his fullest. And then Nick Saldiveri, another guy that you could see come off the board rather early. Add Carter Warren to that mix. Antonio Maffei, Anthony Bradford, a lot of guys who could come off the board. On the defensive line, Tommy Adebawore, after that combine, I don't know how he's still not been taken, but he's the one guy I'd keep a close eye out to come off the board early in the defensive line or defensive end type group here, or I should say defensive tackle group. There would be Adebawore. In terms of defensive end, edge rushers, keep an eye on Colby Wooden, who maybe should be on the DT board, but he's a guy I know Len Zerline is high on. He had him as a second or third round pick. Athleticism, really helps him get to the quarterback. Isaiah McGuire, prototypical 3-4, 5 tech defensive end. At the cornerback position, we are loaded with some big names. Kaylee Ringo out of Georgia. Not that long ago, he was considered the top 10 pick or top 15 pick in this draft. Clark Phillips, the 30s, he's a nickel only, much different than Kaylee Ringo, but one of the best pure nickel corners in this class. I was stunned he didn't go somewhere late round 2, early round 3, and now he's sitting here for the start of round 4. Cam Smith's teammate, Darius Rush, who came on a little bit as a late bloomer, but you watch him at the combine, it's hard not to get excited about him. And then Jacorian Bennett, the other Maryland defensive back. Obviously, we know Deonte Banks. Jacorian Bennett often gets himself an invite to the Football Guys show as well. And then what else? And then last but not least, safety Antonio Johnson is a guy that I would keep a close eye on as well. Stunned that Antonio Johnson did not come off the board tonight. He's that guy. He's not a very rangy player, but tough, physical, gets after it. Surprised that he was still on the board to start out day 3. So there's a ton of interesting guys. The secondary, Ringo, Phillips, Rush, and Bennett, Cameron Mitchell, Terrell Smith has fans. Corey Trice is a guy that Dame Rugler had in his top 100. Same thing with Cameron Mitchell. The safety position, you got Jamie Robinson out of Florida State, JL Skinner out of Boise State. A lot of guys there. So I think it's loaded. I know it wasn't loaded at the top, but I thought this was arguably, until the last 10, 12 picks, I thought kind of got off the rails a little bit in round 3. I thought it was a really skilled round 2 and most of round 3, as good as a day 2 as I remember. And I think it was DJ before the night kicked off said this was where the strength of this draft was, and I think he was spot on. I feel like a lot of teams got multiple starters on day 2 tonight, and we'll see how that translates to the next level. But I think a lot of teams are going to be very happy with what they got tonight in terms of that, and they're going to be able to add more pieces to it tomorrow, more role players, more guys with upside as well. If you're enjoying this product, guys, please, it's not too late to get over to ssfootball.com. Fastest and easiest way to get there. And for $9.99, you get access to all of our premium notebooks. So please do that. It's great to have it for the last day of the NFL draft. I'll be live tweeting all day again tomorrow. Another recap show, recapping day 3 of the NFL draft. And then obviously so much more coverage here at Saturday, Sunday. We do not cover it for a week or 2 and then move on. We talk about these guys for too long, and then we like talking about the transitional process to the next level. We bring on lots of guests talking about these players, talking about these fits. We will recap the draft and all things with these prospects for the entire month of May and almost the entire month of June. So many podcasts, so many shows before we start to maybe turn the page sometime in July. So on behalf of our Send Tech engineer, David Nakano, and myself, thank you for joining us, and we look forward next time taking you from Saturday to Sunday.